Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Rellandwell campaign. Gonna be a bit of
Woo!
a shorter episode today, as you notice. We don't have Jeremy here at the moment, um, so we're just gonna keep it short and sweet, just because we don't want to get too far without him. But before we get into tonight's episode, Andrew, do you have any announcements?
Yes, I do. Okay, so as we've been talking about for several months now, the second D-Fourtress campaign is now starting, the weekly campaign. So if you want to tune into that, we're going to be doing every Wednesday at 5 p.m. We had our session 0 this last week, and this Wednesday, we're going to be, which is the 24th, I believe. So yeah, Wednesday the 24th, for those who are watching afterwards. That is when we will be dropping our first episode. So yeah, would love to see y'all there.
All right. And also, as well, just a shout out to our Patreon. The more support we can get, the more often higher quality we can make our content. And so you'll get access to a bunch of different things like exclusive Discord access, permanent discounts on any of our merch, as well as a chance to play with either me or any other one of the cast members on the Discord, whether it's on stream or just playing a random game that we feel like playing at the moment. So, yeah, just a couple fun things with that. But without further ado, I think that's everything. So let's go ahead and roll the intro. So, last we left off, the Paragon had made their way to the small town of Dulsk on the road northward, taking the scenic route to make a bunch of stops along the way up the western side of the country of Alabas. In this town of Dulsk, they met an innkeeper by the name of Tenlo, who let the Paragon know that Ardavon's old mentor, the one who taught him to blacksmith, was in need of a little bit of assistance in terms of gathering materials for his blacksmithing. And thus the party went and met the smith known as Gendrum Stormcrag, who sent the party on the trail of alabaster spine shells that have been pretty rowdy around this area, which is unusual as they're more territorial than aggressive, but they have been pressing their luck and attacking the outskirts of the town. Gendrum wanted to collect the shell of the alabaster spine shell so he could make better equipment for the alabaster guard that defend the town. Along the way, he also recommended that you speak with the mayor to see if there's any extra rewards that you could obtain by completing this task. And so the party made their way to the mayor and discussed either receiving a magic item or a service in the town that would be paid for, which is about the monetary equivalent of said magic item. Upon a short excursion, you were able to find the nesting grounds of these alabaster spine shells. And once laying traps and hiding among the steam vents that boil underneath the ground, you were able to set up an ambush for the spine shells. However, through a difficult fight and some, let's call it questionable calls involving a ever-smoking bottle, and in the middle of the chaos, a pack of shockhounds also joining the fray. Eventually, through great difficulty and a few close calls, you were able to defeat the alabaster spine shells. But in the midst of the battle, Amelia, you called out to the voice that lingers in your head, and it took control of you for just a fleeting moment as puppet strings moved from your hand to Artavan, as a powerful spell was cast through you and through and extended and cast through Artavan. And after that, the voice had gone quiet. So, as you stand in the midst of this steaming rocky landscape, Princess, close to about 80 to 100 feet away, corking the ever-smoking bottle, trying to get it to stop, so the cloud no longer expanding, but still needing quite a while before it can fade. You see Princess with the bottle leave the cloud in its place as it begins to fade. The time is now yours.
Wayne and Amelia are still up on the rock, I believe, right?
Yes, you still are.
I went down.
Jumped down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you climbed down?
I climbed
Okay, cool.
down.
I'm still up. Okay. Okay. So a couple questions just so I can know what Wayne saw. That moment with Artavan, was that after the fog had left?
As it was leaving, yeah.
Yeah, it was as it was leaving.
Okay. As it was leaving. And then that conversation that you had, Amelia, were you like shouting it out, or was that all in your head?
No, she was saying it out loud.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
everyone probably heard it if they were close enough or capable, conscious enough to.
Right. Okay. Also, Gavin, I think you minimized the music.
Where's the habit?
I do that all the time with my tabs. It's weird that it pauses the music.
Yeah, it's because I'm technically not streaming it to you guys anymore.
Okay. Is it okay? I don't know if I want to just like, immediately assume that I saw it. Can I do like a check to see if I noticed Artavan doing the magic, or was that just would Wayne assume that it was just Artavan being cool?
I would say that would be an Arcana check from you.
Okay.
Also, how's Cosmo looking? You were surrounded by a bunch of things.
Oh yeah, she's just like laying on the ground now, just like trying to
Right.
get her bearings back. Just like, I hate these dogs.
Also, that's a 9 on the Arcana.
As a 9, as far as you can tell, Artavan just got some really good hits in.
Okay. I think he was primarily focused on Cosmo. Because once he killed the thing, he was immediately trying to attack that.
Yeah, Cosmo and the the thing hanging halfway off of the boulder trying to claw it, gore and claw ya.
Right, so I took that out, and then that's when because that happened with the fog, and then once the fog was down, I saw Cosmo being just attacked by a gang of the shockhounds. Okay. All right, cool. That answers my questions. So I think, oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I think Artavan, after everything kind of dies down, would go over to Cosmo and I imagine like your rage kind of subsided and all you kind of wake up and you're just kind of feeling pain and kind of exhaustion, I imagine. You were very well. Would you like me to heal you up a little? Before Wayne gets you.
she'll just
And
like
you hear
hold
me,
up my hand.
Cosmo,
and
are
just-
you okay? Are you okay? As I roll down. Go ahead and roll fall damage for me. I'm okay taking the fall.
That's awesome.
and she'll just like weakly give a thumbs up from her play. It's just like,
I think he's on his way. You can go.
I think
I'll
so.
go ahead and give you some 20 HP with lay on hands.
oh,
So just
thank you.
nice.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Wayne, you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, Cosmo feels a lot better. She's gonna sit up at this point, just like, thanks.
Yeah, he'd help you up if you wanted to get up.
Wayne, covered
Yeah.
in dirt, kind of scrabbles over. Are you okay? Are you okay? As he casts Cure Wounds on you.
Yeah, I'm better now. I mean, thank you, but I just need to breathe for a second. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit.
All right.
She's
You
just gonna
also
look-
you also get 8 healing.
Yay!
On top of that.
She's just gonna look around at the dog bodies all around her, just like, they deserved that. Definitely. I'm guessing, judging by the fact that I'm in the middle of all of them, they were all after me?
And I would say
Like it, yeah.
I would say with that, Vivi would come on over. It's like, oh yeah, they thought you were delicious.
I mean,
You know,
I don't blame
they
them.
Were, they were
but,
right for you. Yeah, they definitely deserved it.
Yeah, I don't like these dogs at all. I don't
Where did
like
all of
them.
that extra steam come from?
What?
All the steam, all the fog. How did that even happen?
There was fog?
Yeah.
Someone
Oh,
needs to
sorry,
fill
you
me
were
in
completely
now.
Like you were there.
Time skip.
Well,
Like kind of pointing towards the cloud that's still dissipating from next to Princess.
Whoa.
it's the craziest thing, isn't it? It just, you know, it just came out. Must have come from underground.
Crazy.
And oh, wow. I mean, are there like more geysers or steam vents or something?
They could be anywhere around here. Just under the surface,
I-
or you never
Can
know.
I do an Arcana check, just see if I would accept that, or if I would want to know more?
You certainly can.
Yeah, I would
Cosmo's
accept that.
content with the knowledge. Yeah, Cosmo's just like, okay. I don't know any magic, so I wouldn't even think to try.
This
and
landscape
be
is
like, wait a
all.
minute.
This landscape is new to Wayne. He's read about it, but it's still new to him.
I think like turning around too and admiring the cone of ice that's still on the wall of this rock, seeing just kind of how Amelia is doing. Like what is she? How does she look?
Whoa! That's so much ice! Amelia, did you do that? Wait, Amelia, where are you?
So I think Amelia, right after the battle, she like crawled / dragged / like limped her way. She's not hurting, obviously,
Aw.
but she's on the other side of the rock. Like, you guys can't see her. While you guys were all concerned about Cosmo, she just kind of like she wasn't even thinking. She just ended up over there. So that's you don't see her. You don't know what's happening with her right now.
Okay. Wait, where's Amelia? Amelia, where are you?
Amelia! Amelia! Let me get up.
No response.
Cosmo's gonna like shakily get up a little bit, just start looking around. Amelia, where are you?
Wayne's gonna be doing that as well.
Are you okay?
Yeah, we all kind of, I imagine eventually we'll peek around the corner of the rock and see you there.
Yeah, I think so. Eventually, you would. Who's in the front? Who do you think would see me first?
Probably Artavan.
I think they're a little more eager. Like Artavan's a little more respectful
Yeah.
of like personal boundaries.
then Cosmo.
I think you
Yeah,
two would be
definitely.
running around the corner. I'd be peeking.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cosmo, you would just see, so just like going around the corner, I think you would first see just like she's obviously sitting down and her like knees are kind of bent. She's not like fetal position, but they're bent and her head's just like back against the wall. And she's just like sweating like way more than she should be, and she's just like breathing really hard.
Okay. She'll probably just like stop, observe a little bit, and then without a word just sit next to her and kind of lean against her, maybe offer her water skin.
I think if you like leaned on her, she'd like start and she'd pull away, and I think, but she would just keep breathing. But it's not really comforting to her. She's not in that mindset right now.
Okay.
So I got a 15 on insight. Kind of like, what do you think I'd be able to gauge off of that with your countenance?
Have you ever been in a battle where people went into shock after?
Absolutely.
So she's in shock. She's in battle shock right now. She's like freaking out.
Yeah,
That's happened
I
to
think,
Wayne a couple times too.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, so Cosmo would kind of know to like back away a little bit.
Yeah,
give her some
Artavan
space.
kind of. It's like, this is an alone time moment.
Yeah.
Like
You'd probably
let's
hear
go,
Wayne on the opposite side of the north rock. Amelia!
I'll go tell him. And she'll just get up and go away and be like, she's not. She needs some alone time. We found out, but she needs some alone time.
Very well. Yes, let's see if we can harvest some of the materials to bring back. Can I help out the people who are going to gather it later? And we'll go from there. Take a little short rest.
That
And I
sounds
think
good.
he'd kind of linger off a little bit, and just how would he like approach? How would he say it? I think he would just kind of mention it, like kind of just as a leaving, I'm here to protect you, and when you're ready, I'm all ears for you as well. He's awkward now, and he's gonna walk away.
Pet.
He'd probably leave his water next to her as well, so that might be when she's kind of calming down. It'll be there. I imagine Cosmos is also there too. We'll just make a collection.
Yeah, just a water offering.
Yeah, I think it would take like 15-20 minutes. But yeah, eventually you'd come. She would come back, and she's as composed as she can be, but it's very obvious that she just went through something. And she brings back she brings them back for you. And she's like, I don't know who these are. I didn't drink them. I'm not quite thirsty. She's a little sheepish. She's just trying to like, haha, here's this. Leave me alone. Don't ask about it.
Yeah. Cosmo will like take hers, and then she'll just like kind of hold her arms open a little bit as like a offer for a hug.
Cool. She won't accept the hug, but she will like kind of like bow politely and be like, thank you. Like she's appreciative, but she's just a little like off
Yeah.
by the physical contact.
Cosmo will nod back. She understands her ways are not for everyone, but she'll just like nod back and just put her water skin back in her pack.
Real quick, the music's quiet again, but
I keep ruining it.
do you want us to do any checks for rolling, like what we can harvest? Because I don't know, it's just kind of a general pick up what we can pick up, but
Yeah, so to
need
the-
one of the shells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so to get the spine shell, it's mostly going to be a strength thing because it's like, you know, carving it is going to be fairly easy, and it's, you know, pretty hard to break the shell, so it's not really a thing of ruining it. It's just more separating it from the body. So it would take quite a while just to
Scrape away,
yeah,
basically.
just to like carve through, but then you're gonna have to really lift to rip that off. So I'm going to need strength checks or athletics checks to pull it off, and this is a large shell as well.
Okay.
so I think Artavan would also suggest like Amelia and Vivi, you want to go and grab a butte, bring him on over, and we'll get this ready to be harvested.
I want to take a closer look at these shock hounds, if that's all right.
I think
Yeah.
me and Cosmo have this.
We'll go.
All right. So Cosmo and Artavan, give me athletics checks, please.
Alrighty. 10.
Haha, 11.
So your first attempt,
Advantage, right? So
yeah, your first attempt does not go well. As you start going, you get the grip on it, you just lift, and you just can't quite separate the shell from the body. It's when you try to lift the shell up, the body just comes along with it. You guys are strong
yeah,
enough to
princess
lift.
here.
You guys are strong enough to lift it up.
I think we should pull it from a different angle or something. Maybe you
You
pull
guys
one
should
way
have let
and I
me
pull
stay.
other
I can do
way.
little voodoo magic. I could have helped you.
Ooh.
You're on your way back, I hope. You didn't just leave.
Okay, let's try again. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, go ahead and try again.
Oh,
12.
9. It was almost an at 20, but it hit.
the sum total is the
Going up,
exact
going
same.
down. That's fine.
Once again, it's just not
should try a
budging, but
different one.
each time.
I think this one's just too jammed.
Okay, let's try a different one then. Maybe that one
Yeah,
over
these
there.
things are
It,
gonna
it
be
looks
rough.
a little looser.
Yeah, I think Artavan would be like, we'll talk about like these things are no joke. Like, usually you need, fancy little devices and tools. It's been forever since I've tried to harvest one of these, but I haven't really. So he's just kind of like rambling off a little bit. He's trying to make it seem
And
like
she's
he's
just all
more
interested.
knowledgeable and he's a little not embarrassed about what's happening.
Yeah, she has no idea what she's doing, so she's just eating up that information, just like, oh, okay.
And he hopes it's accurate information.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
let's
chupacabra
try
on the
this.
inside.
It has at least 20 stomachs. Alright, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'll be doing that for a little while. Trying to
Eventually,
make it work.
you'd be able to get it loose, and it takes quite a while, but you're able to separate the shell from the large armadillo-like body. and you basically
Yeah!
you pull it a little bit, and then Cosmo, you got to get underneath and kind of saw it a bit with your axe. Pull it a bit looser, saw it a bit with your axe, but eventually you get the large shell, which is so large that you kind of have to once Butte the Brute comes riding in close. It's almost as big as your carriage. You're able to rest it on top, but it is a very large.
Now we have an armored carriage.
thing.
It looks like a little house, like a little roof.
Oh.
And I think
Impressive.
Wayne would be basically with one of his daggers. He would kind of be dissecting some of the shock hounds, trying to figure out how it works. Because he's read about it, but he wants to see for himself. And so he wants to see like what is the organ or the thing that allows it to create electricity. Why were they shocking each other? And he'll be testing his theories by casting shocking grasp on some of the organs to see if it has a reaction. So it's kind of messy business, but he's
Yeah, it's a
he's
dissection. It's just
Yeah.
Like a kid with a frog.
yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, so he's just mesmerized, trying to learn how does this thing work.
So as you do it, go ahead and make either an Arcana or Medicine check for me.
Let's do Arcana.
Meanwhile, Cosmo's like,
That
"Mother,
is a
those shells
nat
are
20.
tasty." Yeah.
Alrighty, so with the nat 20, you do find, as you dissect it, you find that there is a small blue organ that is within the body, and this organ goes and generates that electricity, and the organ is actually wired through nerves and tendons. Actually, you find it kind of like behind the brain, and it goes around the brain and actually extends into the set of horns that they have, and the horns are of a conductive the horns you deduce are also conductive in nature, and so the organ creates the electricity, sends it through the horns, and then through the horns is they're able to channel it and launch it at a distance. And then you also find those tendons do connect down the forelegs into the claws and then into the jaw muscles and extend into the teeth as well.
Can I see if I can extract some of these?
Extract the what thing
Specifically the organs, and he wants to try and connect it up to the horns, like that portion of it. He's curious.
That's gonna be a really high DC medicine,
Which is
check.
okay. That is okay. He's gonna try his best. He's never said he was good at it. Nope, that's only a 12.
Yeah, as you try
Same as
to
me.
as you try to do it, it just breaks. All those tendons kind of just break, and it just you can't quite remove it to be intact.
There's a lot of them. Is there any other ones that we could try on that I could recruit the help of somebody else and kind of point out what I want? Because I know they were attacked, so.
A lot of them were pretty butchered.
Specifically, there
in
was
the
one
fight.
that was hit with a guiding bolt way off in the distance,
Yeah,
separate from the others.
Yeah, you can attempt that one. The rest have been kind of cleaved and trampled on.
Okay, I would probably ask Artavan. Hey, Artavan, could you help me with something?
Depends on what it is.
You kind of see him covered in the stuff. These things were conducting electricity, and I would love to conducting electricity, and I would love to be able to study them a little bit more. I think I found the organ in the way that it might work. If I point it out to you, could you attempt to extract some of these organs for me? I tried on this one, but I ruined it.
I can certainly try.
And I'll show you where to do it, but I'm not very good with the knife.
Okay. Yeah, and you go over and try and help.
So I would like to assist him with that.
Okay, it
What's
is.
the check again?
Yep, it's gonna be a medicine check.
Oh boy, medicine. I'm the best at medicine. Okay, that's a 4. Let's try again because you're assisting. Hey, a 3.
Oh,
Trying
we
to
tried.
hold it like in his hands, like you want this? It's like dripping with the ooze.
Yeah, it's just ripped to shreds.
Oh my gosh.
And you kind of see him like, oh, like not defeated, but just like disappointed. Like, oh well. Maybe if we find other ones, we can try again. But maybe we should have Vivi do it next time.
I mean, they're pretty numerous in these parts, so if we're lucky, we'll run into more.
I mean, we saw some by, oh shoot, my brain's trying to blank. What's the city name? Next to Thurnwald. So maybe as we're going up there, if we see other ones, then we could, try and extract some more.
Yeah, should be fun.
Did you see the way that they were shocking each other? Fascinating.
A little suicidal or something. It's like they just, I don't really know what's going on there.
I would love to learn a little bit more about them. Oh well. And then he's just gonna walk off covered in blood.
Which is, you know, a thing of Wayne's.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it seems to be
Your
a
tokens.
it seems to be a recurring thing.
He just doesn't mind. It doesn't faze him.
He just likes being covered in blood. Don't judge him.
That doesn't sound threatening at all.
No judgment here, I
imagine-
swear.
with mine and Cosmo's rolls being low and everything, like everyone, you know, all the checks, it's like probably time passed longer than it could have been.
Yeah, it probably goes
Um,
pretty late into the evening this time around.
All right.
Okay.
Should we consider? I mean, we can think about camping here as long as we don't think there's any more that might return, or we can see if we can just travel through the night and end up in town
I mean,
really late.
we don't know how many of them there are that stay here. I mean, there were a couple right then, but there could be more that were out there and could come back later. So it might be safer to just go back on the boat.
I mean, even if we only
Right.
went a little ways, an hour or so.
Yeah. Just enough to be out of this range. Because I'm pretty sure once I see the destroyed bodies of their fallen brethren, they might want to come after whomever did it.
Well, and I imagine too, there might be predators who might be able to smell the dead animals and might want to come and eat. I don't want to be near it. Or maybe I do. I wonder what
How
kind of
far
predator.
away was the
I
town?
kind of want to know what they taste like. So
I think it was
might
like a
just
day and a
bring
half.
some with me.
Was it a day and a half or was it half a day?
It was half a day.
Half a day. So we should probably stop for the night. Only go a little ways and stop for the night.
I
Okay,
can make
yeah,
us
let's do
some
that.
dinner. I can make us some dinner out of the spine shell meat. See if it tastes good.
Very well. Yeah, let's head off then and we'll get going. I imagine like we took at least a short rest in case anything
Oh
happens.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you guys can roll your hit dice and everything like that. With the commotion that you guys caused with the fight and everything, and just due to the nature of how imposing these spine shells are, and the fact that you did also eliminate the pack of shock hounds, it's a pretty peaceful ride back to the town of Dulsk. However, if you go all the way to it, you will be arriving around midnight-ish. So it is really late into the night as you approach the outside of the town. The town is lit up by torchlight, and as you approach the entrance, the guards kind of give you just a nod. They recognize you from being here earlier, as well as they kind of stand in awe at kind of the shell that adorns your carriage. As it passes, they just kind of gawk at it a little bit, but don't do much more than that.
So should we just stay at the inn again and then talk to the blacksmith in the morning?
Probably. I can go ahead and take the shells back to the blacksmith so they can just, they can be at the right location. Because I know where he keeps his supplies and everything. You guys can just reserve our room again. Maybe you can get started on the meat, Cosmo, and by the time I get back, maybe it'll be ready.
I am very hungry.
Yes, and I can use the kitchen again.
Right. So you make your way back to the Leaning Stone Inn, and as you enter in, once again, it's pretty dead inside. There's just like maybe one or two patrons in there quietly enjoying their drinks, and as you see Tenlo cleaning a mug, cleaning his counter and everything. Now as you go in, he kind of looks at you, his frizzy hair there, and he's like, "Oh, welcome back. You look like you've been through it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
We fought a lot of things. I have a ton of meat in this bag that I can cook. If you will help me.
It's spine shell meat.
Yes.
You picked a fight with a bloody spine shell.
With 3 of them.
No wonder you look like death. Go on, get yourselves washed up, bandaged up. And yes, darling, I will help you cook that meat. Of course I will.
Yay! Thank you.
Yeah, of course. But,
So Amelia followed you too. Sorry, Amelia followed you too, but she'll just kind of like, you'll notice her just going up the stairs. Like she's just gonna go. Well, I assume we have the rooms.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So she's just gonna go upstairs, and she's like trying to not be seen. But you guys might see her because she's not exactly stealthy.
Right.
Mhm.
Did on our ride back, did you press to digitate Wayne at all, or did you let him stay dirty?
No, she didn't. Yeah, you're still dirty.
Okay.
Unless Vivi did it. Vivi might have cleaned you.
Possibly. He might have actually made him smell
Probably.
worse.
Yeah, Amelia was just really quiet. She just didn't like interact with anybody, so she probably didn't even notice.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wayne is covered in blood, and he's like, "Oh, you got to get cleaned up," and then he just kind of sits down at the desk,
Or I
covered in
can-
blood.
Or I can get you a drink. Yeah, that or two.
I would like a drink.
What would you like? You want some? With water? You want alcohol?
I can have some alcohol. I've been trying to mix different flavors to see what they taste like. Can you mix something for me?
I guess I'll mix you some of my mead with a bit of wine.
Sure, that sounds nice.
All right. And he just kind of like awkwardly shuffles, mixes your drink, pushes it over to you.
Just drink it.
Just try not to stain any of my furniture, please.
Oh, I'm really careful. I won't spill anything.
That's not all right.
Meanwhile, Cosmo's just excitedly going back and forth from the kitchen. She goes and puts the meat in the kitchen, goes upstairs. Wait, I forgot something to put in the kitchen. Goes back up, washes up, goes back down. It's all this.
Running back and forth.
Yeah, just grinning from ear to ear the whole time this is happening, just in the background.
I thought I was the one with ADHD.
and kind of as this is happening, Tenlo kind of like looks between all of you and then looks up at you, Artavan, and he's just like, "You've got
Nah, here.
oh,
How dare you.
He went to take the
Oh,
shell
that's
to
right,
the
yeah.
blacksmith. Yeah.
So he's just looking up at the air.
Ah.
I feel like someone's supposed to be there.
Yeah, so so he just kind of looks between everybody there, and he's like, "You're all such a strange little band."
You.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun.
Well, I just think it's crazy that you just went and took on a spine shell all by yourself. Well, all by yourselves. It's just that's nigh unheard of in these parts.
I mean, it needed to be done, so we just took the job and did it. I mean, we had a good plan to trap them, but that really quickly went awry, so we just had to improvise. At least that's what they said. I was basically unconscious for the whole thing. It's fine. Well, conscious but not conscious. I have something living in my head.
Yeah, there was one that was climbing up the wall, and I had to shock it to make it stop.
Living in your oh dear. All right.
Did you tell them about the shock hounds?
Oh
And-
yeah, apparently they were surrounding me and they wanted only me and they were gaga.
So as he's bombarded with this strange tale, Artavan, we can go to you making your way over to Gendrum's
Away
shop.
from the autism.
Sounds good.
So as you approach, you see he is definitely wrapping up for the night. He is he's closing it up. The forge is now doused. The fire is no longer burning. And he's setting all his tools aside in his strange, chaotic mess that only he seems to understand the rhyme and reason to. And as you approach with the carriage or on top, he kind of peeks outside to see you coming, and then as you get close and pull the cart up, he just kind of looks at you, looks at the shell, looks at you again. Well, I guess I won't be selling your armor then, eh?
Not this time. I thought I'd have to wake you. Long night, huh?
A bit, yeah. I mean, I was
Yeah, well,
burning the midnight oil, as they say.
I mean, it is a passion of yours. It makes sense. Well, yes, these they did go down with quite a fight. I'm actually a little ashamed that about how it all went, but I'm just pleased to say that we all made it. No one really fell, but the job is done. And you want to help me get these down?
Oh, yeah. And he kind of, with a bunch of difficulty with both of you, especially with him being a shorter dwarven person, that he has a hard time, reaching at first. You kind of have to drop it onto him. But once he actually has a grip, he's got, it works really, he's able to, carry a good amount of weight with it. And as you go, you set it down, he kind of looks at you. And, like, what do you mean you're a bit disappointed?
I have, I've learned to care a lot about this group I'm traveling with now and their safety. We know we had some plans, like we use the bear traps that you sold us, and they actually came in very handy. We got attacked by those lightning dogs out there as well, so that it was a very precarious situation. But we had like an idea of some strategies, and we quickly found out that all those strategies were going to not be doable, and so I knew that we perhaps shouldn't have taken them on because it's a very dangerous hunt, a very dangerous prey. And so it was a big risk. And so I feel as I want them to be safe, and I feel the decision to continue on with the plan to hunt them might have been rather what's the word I'm thinking of? Sort of reckless. And so, as I feel like with my experience and, especially after I've lost so many of my previous parties and everything, so many people have perished because of recklessness. I was a little disappointed in myself that we, took that risk. Because I try not to do that anymore. I try to avoid that at all costs. I can even get a little too protective, but I'm just glad no one ended up perishing. So it all turned out well, but I knew that it was a bit too risky. I think we just got lucky. There were only 3.
I see. Well, I mean, sometimes you got to take risks, and that, I mean, all's well that ends well.
Right. It's a slightly different, risk when we're talking about either crafting, blacksmithing, courting, or as opposed to something like adventuring, where one risk could mean the one resource you can't get back. Your life, in case it wasn't obvious. And so
it takes a second.
I've done this long enough because I've learned a lot about when the risk is worth it. And so I made like a couple of specific oaths, some vows to protect these people. And one of us is brand new at this whole adventuring thing, and so I feel like I need to be extra careful when we go into these situations because not all of us are as experienced as an adventurer, and so it kind of falls to me to sort of be a little bit of that wisdom. And so it's just some of the things that I've learned. There's a reason why I was able to survive. But, sometimes you can't help it. Risks just happen whether you want to or not. Do or die. Of course, I mean, if they spotted us, if we tried to leave, there'd be no hope. They're faster than anything we can even fathom. So there's no outrunning them. Those hounds as well, they're very speedy. One axe beak and a cart, I think we would be overrun. So it's probably best that we did fight them. Anyway, I'm just coming up with all sorts of excuses in my head, saying it out loud. But that's kind of always been a relationship.
Yeah, he just kind of thoughtfully listens. And then after a moment he kind of nods and is like, well, there is a silver lining for things not going according to plan. The main thing is, I mean, sometimes you don't have time to make a plan. You gotta think on your feet. And it's really important to get practical experience doing that. Otherwise, you'll be stuck frozen.
I gotta say, one of our group, her name's Cosmo. She does really help to keep you on your feet. Whenever we enter combat, I'm all about strategy, tactics, and being the one that's prepared. But she has some sort of condition where when she goes into fight, she kind of blanks out and just goes crazy. And it's been kind of fun to sort of try and include some of that chaos into the planning and to the strategies, but it's very much, you got to be on your toes and just in the moment have to follow the flow of combat and just do your best. And so it's been a very interesting but surprisingly successful experience since we've all been together. She's scary when she goes blink, but I like it.
Well, one philosophy I've always stuck by is if you don't know what your plan is, your enemies will never figure out what your plan is.
I'll be sure to remember that and share it. Always keep them guessing.
Always.
Even yourself.
Yep. Well, I suppose I owe you about 300 gold, don't I? And he goes and he hands a little pouch over to you.
Mm-hmm.
Full of it.
Thank you, Gendrum. And if you're interested, it was at the close to those rock formations. There's a couple of big stones. If you wish to collect some people to go gather the rest of the resources, whatever hasn't been picked off, then that's where it is. But
I will keep that in mind.
hopefully this will be sufficient to help out the town.
Yeah. Well, see, what I was planning is I was thinking of breaking this shell up and turning it into a bunch of shields, and then he starts kind of talking shop about how he plans on, whittling the spikes down so they stick straight out and all that, and basically just like talking shop, showing like a couple blueprints and sketches he has for it.
And yeah, I think he'd like be appraising it and everything, and getting into it with him. I mean, to tell you the truth, once you have some of these made, I might be interested in coming and collecting next time I'm in town. And he'll kind of like show off the shield he has. Like, this is a shield from session 1. Like, he's always had this shield, and it's been ravaged. Like, he's patched it up on like the frame and everything, but like the wooden parts of it, it's not it wouldn't be worth a copper. So like I'd love to come check this out after you've created it. It looks very interesting to me. So make sure to set one aside.
Of course, yeah. Oh, and he kind of looks at how big the shell is. Not gonna lie, I kind of underestimated how much one shell would get me. I could probably get a shield for about, I think, about every guard in town and then some.
Good to hear. Well, it's good to see you again, Drum. I'm gonna head back now, and we should be leaving to Drifton in the morning.
Well, yeah, make sure he gets some rest, because he kind of look a bit like shite, so.
That's normal.
He just kind of, he like thinks about it for a second. He's like, yeah, for you it is.
Yeah, and he'd get back on the carriage and give him like a little bow and sleep well, and take off.
You too, lad. And he returns into his shop. And
I'm gonna get ambushed on the way home.
And as you make your way back to the inn with the carriage, it's less than 10 minutes, and you eventually enter in to see Cosmo furiously working away in the kitchen. Vivi and Wayne sitting at the bar. Wayne's still just covered in viscera. And,
other than Wayne, like, does it smell good? Does the meat smell good as it's cooking?
Surprisingly, yes. So Tenlo, Cosmo, with you, Tenlo is showing you how to, showing you like different seasonings, having you like taste test different seasonings and whatnot. And he kind of has you take this meat. It's a very dark red meat, the spine shell meat. And he's kind of showing you, and he's he's like basting it in butter, throwing some garlic and chives kind of in there. And
now I want some.
So he's kind of showing
Sounds
you.
good.
You had me at butter.
Armadillo meat.
And so he's kind of showing you that. Amelia, are you with the group at all? What are you doing?
No, I said I went upstairs. I kind of like tried to sneak away, but I'm not sneaky, so it was very like they probably saw me.
Probably.
Yeah, I just went back to the room.
I think, yeah, Artavan would kind of approach and just kind of sit down and then like ask, like, so does anyone have any theories on what's wrong with Amelia?
I've been thinking about it. She looks kind of like how I felt after we got cornered in that alley by the mortician, that golem.
Yeah, a little bit of a battle shock. Could be, yeah.
I was thinking we
imagine-
could bring her some meat once Cosmo's done cooking.
I'm sure Cosmo wouldn't have it any other way. That smells pretty good, though.
Yeah, she's been cooking this whole time. She's doing a good job so far. You want to try some of this drink? It's really tasty.
And he hands you this weird mix where you can kind of see it's a little bit of oil and watery, and you see two distinct drinks kind of mixed together.
Roll for mixing. Oh boy.
You stir it 4 times.
And it's like, oh, do you have to like mix it? Like you mix it and the color finally like changes to what it's supposed to be. Like if they don't like perfectly sit on each other.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like oil and water.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's just wine. What is that?
I can't feel my tongue.
But if you give it a try, you'd find the taste actually isn't that bad. It's like a fruity wine with a kind of a honey-based mead, and so it's weird, but not terrible. Something that you would assume, yeah, this seems like something Wayne would like.
So you're gonna clean yourself up after this?
I mean, you're dirty too. And then that's when he kind of, oh, yeah, I'll be right back.
I'll just kind of
Then-
chill with a Vivi a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get myself cleaned up now.
I imagine my pockets are thoroughly run through by the time we get back.
Are we? I assume is there like a bath in each of the rooms, like a wash thing, or is it like a communal thing?
With this one being as small as it is, it'd be more of a communal thing.
Oh, okay, so I don't have a reason to go to the room. I was just wondering because I was gonna see. No, I won't stop by the room yet. I'll do that and go back down.
All right. And as you come back down, eventually, as you come back down, Cosmo, you finish cooking. So you have these medium rare spine shell, just flanks, these big chunks of meat.
Big steaks.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
big steaks. They're more tender than beef. They're much softer and chewier than beef. Also with a lot of marbling and fat. And
Ooh.
it is actually some really high quality, really good meat.
Yay.
And then I think I would take
Just
the
like-
first plate and immediately bring it up to the room like I said it would. So while you're prepping the other ones, I'm gonna go bring it to Amelia.
Mhm.
So yeah, if I go into the room, what are you doing? Because it's just like a shared room.
If you come into the room, it looks like she's sleeping.
Yeah, Wayne doesn't have a whole lot of nuance. So I think he's gonna go bring it over to Amelia.
Wafting the food smell.
Amelia.
Yeah, I think she'll she's pretending. So she'll pretend to wake up. And she's just like, yes, Wayne.
I brought you some food.
Thank you. You can leave it on the table.
Perfect. I set it down, and I'll kind of sit down on the bed. I gotta study some of those the shock hounds. Do you want to see some of my notes on there?
Truthfully, no. Not right now. I'm all right, thank you.
And I sit there for a sec, just kind of be thinking. You can kind of see gears turning in his head. You don't know what he's thinking about, but
And she's just kind of pointedly looking at you, but not looking at you.
right, yeah, he doesn't notice.
Yeah.
Today was kind of scary, huh?
You know, I don't really want to talk right now. You can go have fun with everyone else. I'm just gonna be here. Thank you. And then she'll turn her back on you. And then she'll pretend she'll lay down sideways.
He's still gonna sit there for a sec. You know, I get scared sometimes too.
She'll stay quiet.
But Dante helped me see that it's okay to be scared sometimes. Because even Dante said that he gets scared. But he does okay. And he'll kind of like awkwardly like pat, but he's just like he
Yeah,
doesn't. He doesn't know how to be like affectionate, but he's just like and he kind of just like stops. He's just well, I find sometimes too, Cosmo's chocolate helps.
I think like if you kept talking before you even finished, got it to Cosmo's chocolates, she like would sit up, just like abruptly like turn face you, and she's like, Wayne, I want to be alone. Do you know what that means? Do you know what it means to be alone? I told you no thank you. I told you pretty obviously with my body language, with turning my back on you, that I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to anyone. Can you please leave me alone? You can take the food with you. I will not be eating it.
He looks very hurt, and he's not going to say anything. He's going to get up and walk downstairs, and then walk outside.
And the door like clacks, and you like the camera's like still looking at Amelia, and it's like dark. And she's sitting up.
He didn't shut the door either.
Oh, okay,
He
never
just-
mind then.
He just got up, didn't say anything. He just walked outside, walked past Artaban and everything.
Okay, then she'd get up, she'd close the door, she'd go back to the bed, and I think you would tell like she's feels bad, but she also like is just very angry. She's very upset right now. And she would eventually just like huff back onto the bed, and then she grabs the pillow and she like smothers it, and then she just like yell into it, and then probably fall back, and then try and not think of anything.
Think of like Lilo and Stitch when she does when they both after they have
Oh,
their
yeah.
argument, they both
Go into the room. I think she would like she probably would yell into the pillow, lean back, and then just kind of like toss it so it like lands somewhere in the room, and then she'd turn onto her side, and she hopes that people will just leave her alone.
Women are scary, eh, Cosmo?
What happened? Wait.
yeah. So you would
It's
definitely
okay.
you'd all definitely see Wayne walk outside.
Yeah, Cosmo's
He's
definitely
literally the
following.
worst one to yell at.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
He's the
bad.
most innocent one to yell at.
Precious boy.
Yeah, Cosmo's definitely following him. She's gonna like start to follow. Oh, and like grab a plate of the meat and then just jog after him. Like, Wayne.
I think he'll just keep walking.
And she'll just walk with him then. Just like take a bite of the meat while she's walking with him. She'll offer him a bite.
He won't take it.
You need some space too?
I think you'll see a tear go down his face, and then he'll just, yeah.
You can talk to me whenever you need to, or if you ever need to. And she'll just like ruffle his hair and then go back inside. Adzavan, everybody's sad.
It's just. I mean, it is late.
Yeah, but
And by the way, you did a great job at cooking this.
thank you. I
I think
tried
in,
very hard.
Yeah, it's
I think
it's
it'll be
delicious,
on.
Cosmo. Absolutely delicious. And Vivi and Princess are just digging into theirs.
It's a shame the others won't taste any tonight.
No, but perhaps leftovers will suffice.
I
Maybe.
mean, that also just means more for us, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. I think everything will be fine.
I hope so.
We
Didn't look
still
too
there's
good.
a lot that we don't know about Amelia, and I think it just comes with some time. That eventually, just like how we all start to get closer and trust each other, I think we'll get there as well with Amelia, and we'll understand what goes on in her mind and the struggles that she has to deal with. Because, it wasn't until after I, dealt with Belton, Belton for y'all. It wasn't until after, I kind of finished that I started to actually open up. Because I sort of
Really?
kept myself on reserve a lot. Like, I had a hard time committing to. It's just internal thoughts, internal feelings. I had a hard time truly opening up to you guys and everything, especially after I've seen so many others perish, and I didn't want to risk, falling into that pit again if all of you had perished. So I kind of was detaching myself a little bit. But after I sort of came to terms with myself and what it is I truly want, I found some sense of peace, and it's probably what you're referring to, Vivi. Part of my tempo or my music changing. I started to allow myself, to be vulnerable, to be open, and so, I can only base things off of my own experience. So my expectation or my imagination says that maybe Amelia has a struggle that she's taking on, but she feels like maybe she has to take it on alone, or she doesn't know how to take it on. And so if she did lash out at Wayne, maybe I suspect it wasn't personal, but rather he took the brunt of an outburst. Because we all know Wayne has the greatest of intention. He's the sweetest one among us.
Of course,
No
of
offense,
course.
Princess. You're about the same.
Just keep eating first. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but I think with some time, I'll just wait for her to sort of open back up. But let's keep an eye out on Wayne, because he's the one that he kind of relies on us to be there for him in his time of need. So when he comes back, maybe we'll talk. But it is about 1 a.m. probably. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
getting there.
worried about him, but he said he wanted to be alone, so I'm gonna give him that space.
okay, I'm going to wash off then. Get ready for bed. I'll come back down after I finish, and maybe we can just finish up the meal or pack it up for the others. I'll let you know when I'm done if either of you want to take one after me. Need kind of get up to go to the room, and I would say you would Amelia would hear the door open and hear the clank of the heavy armor and everything, but it's very silent. You hear him taking off the armor and just kind of grunting to himself, just as it's heavy stuff, but very obviously making no effort to encroach, approach, or anything, just leaving you to your privacy. Grabbing his his clothes, his extra his change of clothes and everything, and go to wash. And just so that is just Amelia recognized that he was there and left without saying anything. But anyway, that's what Artavan's doing.
And eventually, Vivi would return to the room to go to bed. And I assume you would as well eventually, Cosmo.
She's waiting. She's gonna stay and wait for Wayne to come back.
Okay. But whether or not Wayne comes back in the night, eventually we will go to the next day.
Do we want to see what's going on with Wayne or anything?
So Wayne, through
definitely want
the
to.
night, do you eventually return to go to bed, or what do you do?
I think eventually he would probably actually go sleep on the carriage. He
That
would
means
just spend
Cosmo's falling
he
asleep
would,
at a table.
right. He would spend some time in his notes and everything. He might send a sending spell or two that I will discuss with you later. But other than that, no, I think he'll just stay in the carriage for tonight.
Okay. Right. Eventually, the sun rises over the town of Dulsk. And the kind of the steam breaks up the sunlight, scattering it across the town. And that right there is where we are actually going to go to break. So we will be back in about 15 minutes. So for player reference, I would say be back at about 6:40. That should work. And then we will just pick up right where we left off. So we will see you all in just a bit. And we return. So, the sun rises over the town of Dulsk. The sunlight being scattered through the foggy steam clouds. And eventually, the day finds you. Since you were all up so late, you probably slept. And with how hurt you were, you probably all slept pretty late into the morning, so probably around like 10, 11 a.m.-ish. And Cosmo, seeing as you fell asleep on the table, eventually you smell a you smell something warm and sweet in front of you, on the table in front of you.
She'll probably just kind of just throw away.
And in front of you is a mug of piping hot chocolate that Tenlo has left for you.
She'll just like drink it happily. Just like, yes.
Alright. And eventually the rest of you will wake up as well. So Artavan, Vivi, and Amelia, as you wake, also go ahead and mark off long rest. As you wake, you notice that Wayne and Cosmo are did not return to the room.
Darshan and I both unmuted at the exact same time.
I
'cause we
saw
both
that. I was like
talked,
watching that.
And then we like, what? It's really funny.
It's like when you walk each in front of each other in the hallway.
Yeah, it's like, oh, excuse me, excuse me.
You. Oh, you. You go first.
So I think Amelia, after she gets like all proper, she would look. It's just Artavan and Vivi, right?
Yep, just Artavan and Vivi. And Princess.
She would just, and Boya, always. Just to both of them, just would ask, do either of you know where Wayne is?
Nah, I haven't seen him.
I know Cosmo is sort of waiting out for him. If she's not here, then maybe they stayed someplace else. Maybe they're already downstairs, but I know Cosmo is waiting for him.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to leave.
And Amelia, as you go downstairs, you see Cosmo just chugging away at this, and you can smell it. Just this giant mug of hot cocoa.
Her morning mug of sunshine.
With like a tiny, tiny espresso shot. Just the smallest smidge.
Yeah.
You can't taste it, but it still wakes you up.
Yep.
Are you like facing where the stairs are?
I would be sitting at like the main bar, like on one of the stools, so wherever that's facing.
Yeah, so it would be if you're sitting at the bar, the stairs would be kind of on the left-hand side, and then the main entrance behind.
The left-hand side.
Yep. Yep.
She does not see you at all. Be careful. Choose your next steps carefully.
No, I think she would just like notice you, but if you don't see her outright, she would look around you to see if Wayne was there, and if she didn't see him, she would just like probably find someone and just kind of someone that's just sitting there and just kind of ask like, oh, have you seen someone? And she'd give like a description of Wayne, like, have you seen them come out this morning or be around here?
Oh, sorry, that was for that. You're asking.
That
10.
was for you.
Yeah, that was for. I was like, Cosmo, are you gonna? I thought you were asking Cosmo, not 10.
Just
Low.
some random person.
Oh.
She's being like really
She
quiet.
doesn't want to talk to me.
Okay,
Not-
I completely misunderstood. I was like, are you gonna answer, Cosmo? Just
I just found
awkward.
some random person.
Yes, this dude just. So yeah, you just see this older human man, and he's just like, oh, well, hello.
Hello, and then yeah, have you seen? I'm looking for my friend. This is what he looks like. Description, and then has he been here? Have you seen him since you've been down here?
Wayne, did you say you slept in the carriage or on top of the carriage?
In.
No, I haven't seen him.
This old man blind. That'd be really ironic.
Let me roll.
He's like, no, I haven't seen him.
Your favorite NPC.
She's doing
I
dad
smelled
jokes.
someone just like that an hour ago.
He's just like. As he goes, he's just like, yeah. And you can tell he's not looking at you. He's looking in your general direction. I can't say I've seen anyone of that description.
Oh, well, all right. Well, I apologize for bothering you. And she just kind of leave, and then go. At
No
this
problem,
point,
sir.
excuse me, I'm very feminine sounding.
What?
Nikki takes offense to that. All right. I think then, yeah, she would just ask this guy, and if he didn't know, she would go. She would go over to Cosmo, and she'd sit on like the next stool next to you. Good morning.
She'll just kind of just. Hi.
Prestidigitate the little stuff that went on your face and clothes. Just clean you up a little bit. Have you had a good morning so far?
She just like glances down at the hot chocolate.
Yes.
That's great. That's fantastic. Have you seen Wayne?
Yeah.
She just like visibly deflates at that question. Just like,
Yeah.
hasn't come back.
Can you tell me where he is, please? Would I know?
No, you walked away before he settled in for the night.
No.
Although,
No.
Wayne, you are definitely awake at this point. So are you doing anything specific, or are you just hanging
He's
out?
sitting in the carriage.
Okay.
I don't know where he is.
All right. Well, she'll put down, I don't know, however much a meal's worth is. She'll do like 2 of them. She's like, buy something for breakfast besides that. It's not good just to drink chocolate in the morning. And then she would stand up and probably, like, she would go back upstairs, probably, just to maybe load everything, get everything ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Vivi and Artavan kind of have like this
Yeah.
a little bit of a silent thing. We have like a little Kieran moment, and we're just like kind of mumbling like a, thanks for not being like, thanks for being so level-headed and chill.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad that like we got each other. Like
I think that-
little something like that.
Yeah, it was just like,
So,
that was a crazy fight, but man, everyone's going crazy.
I'm just glad that like I don't really have to worry about you doing that kind of stuff. I'm glad that we're pretty chill.
Do you think Amelia's family was murdered by spine shells? And it's like a tragic backstory.
At this point, maybe.
So,
It's really hard to tell.
it's just the
I have a hard
awkward-
time. Yeah, it's like women in general. I can always sort of talk a little bit about like Key back at home. Like everyone keeps saying that like I'm missing signals from this and that, and I try my best. I'm protective, but like sometimes it's just nice, to like kind of gesture to him and Princess, like just to have people like you that are just a little more level-headed and oh, I think she's coming back.
Hi, Amelia. We weren't discussing anything.
I believe you.
And then he just he goes back to packing his stuff. Oh, good.
Did you see Cosmo and Wayne downstairs?
Cosmo was downstairs drinking hot chocolate at the bar. I couldn't find Wayne and she didn't know where he was. So hopefully he'll show up.
Sure, he'll show up. Let's just continue on as normal, and we can get the car all ready and packed up. And Wayne's never, he's walked away before. He'll show up.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll show up.
Let's go get some things to eat too before we head out.
So everything gets packed up, and the 4 of you are treated to a nice breakfast spread of bacon, eggs, sausage, all that kind of stuff, which would run you probably about for all you guys probably about 2 silver.
My treat.
Yeah.
Big spender.
Cosmo did not use that money. She just put it in her pocket.
It's one of my towns. I gotta treat the people.
Yeah.
Although you do owe me a silver each.
And kind of going as he's serving you breakfast, just like, so Tenlo kind of looks between you all. So where are you headed next? Are you staying in town for a while, or?
Well, we're gonna go stop by the mayor, and then we're gonna be heading over to Drifton, actually. our business here is pretty much concluded. So, but I always show back up eventually.
Oh, well, tell your brother I say hi. No, I miss the
Will
bugger.
do.
I know it's only been a little bit since I saw him, but, he's... No offense, Ardavan, but he's a bit better company than you. A bit better for
Oh, I
conversation.
know. I am completely aware of that. Well, it was good to see you, Tenlo. Thanks for the hospitality.
Of course. No, my door is always open for you. And eventually concluding breakfast, before going to the mayor's office, you probably, just because it's right outside, would be loading up the carriage with the stuff. So whoever opens up the carriage first will just see Wayne in there.
He's kind of basically
Jump scared.
Well, no,
Exactly.
he's basically, you would see him, and he doesn't even look up, but he's just sitting on the seat. There's kind of sitting against the wall of it with his knees up, and he's just in his book, and he's just kind of writing stuff. But he doesn't react to whoever opens the door.
Well, it was Cosmo that opened it, so. we'll see.
Are you on the left or the right side?
Opens, you just pull out.
Just punches Wayne.
Or better yet, just opens it, throws the stuff, and never notices him. Yeah, I don't know where he is.
That's where my mind was going. But she's just like, guys, he's in here. I found him.
Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, Wayne. I called dibs inside. And she'll just step in. And she's gonna close the door. If Wayne tries to leave, she'll before you get even.
Hey, wait a minute.
No, he's still just kind of in his writing.
Hey, Cosmo, let's go get everything. Just set it outside for now. And then I can show you a cool little place around here. For a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I want to see a cool
Alright.
place.
Take Vivi with you.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I
It
want to
is
see a
easy
cool
to
place.
redirect her attention.
It's just a rock, Ardavan.
It's not just a
Cool rock.
boulder. It's a rock.
When it gets wet, it has a certain pattern to it.
Or so we hear. And the legends say it's never rained here, but
Oh, then you just have to lick it.
that's how it gets weird.
Amelia's she'll close it, and then she'll turn around and just kind of look at you, and if you don't react or don't do anything and just keep staying, she'll just sit whatever corner you're in, she'll sit in the opposite one, and she's just gonna sit there her posture's very open, maybe a little intimidating, but she doesn't realize that. And she'll just kind of stand there and she'll just wait.
He'll occasionally glance up and look at you, a hurried glance.
She's
But-
looking at you too. She's trying to look gentle. She does have really gentle kind eyes. So she's looking at you, and she'll just wait.
I think Wayne will continue to sit in silence.
Okay, then I think if you don't start talking after a few minutes, Wayne. I'm really sorry. Do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to leave? Or do you want me just to talk and you can just listen?
He'll kind of nod at that one.
Okay. I'm going to tell you why I acted the way I did. At least the reasons I can think of. But none of them are justifications for why I did it. It's fine if I hurt you. And I don't think you can ever justify doing that to somebody. Wayne, it's been a really long time since I've been new at something. Since I've been in an area where I don't know what's happening, where I don't feel comfortable. I was an only child for 109 years. It was just me and my parents in a large house, and if I got upset, I could just flee and hide. And I was given the space to come out when I was ready. And I've never had to properly apologize, because the only people who would be upset at me were my parents, and they loved me, so they would immediately just be like, oh, it's fine, don't worry, darling. Move on. It's good. There's also... Yesterday was a lot for me, Wayne. I mean, we've done other battles, we've fought, we've been in situations that were scary and frightening. But something broke in me yesterday that really frightened. It was really... It got to me. It got to my very being, my very core. And I went into some sort of fit afterward. And I felt incredibly embarrassed, incredibly mad. And I really just wanted to be alone. I just wanted to process how I felt. I just wanted to get to a sort of numb until I could think properly, the way that I usually do. And I'm still embarrassed, and frankly, I think one of the only good traits I have is that I don't like to keep things awkward for very long. So I wanted to apologize. And I'll do my best not to do it again. I need to learn to control myself. I'm learning things about myself every day that I didn't know being cooped up at home. And I'm sure there's many other reasons why I get frustrated and angry. But those were just a few I could think of. A few of the reasons why I got so upset with you yesterday. And it wasn't you. You just happened to be there. I would have yelled at anyone. That's it.
I talked to Bjorn last night. He helped me growing up. I don't understand people. He said there's times that I need to let people be alone. But I know I don't like being alone, so I thought I'd try and help.
I knew that once I thought clearer.
I'm sorry, Jaina. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I don't know how to talk to people. Bjorn was here for that, and he's so far away I can only talk so much with him.
I would argue you do know how to talk to people, Wayne. You're incredible at it. You're fearless. You have courage to ask questions. You may ask a little too many, but that's just a quirk of yours. You remember everything you are told. I don't even remember everything I'm taught, everything I learn. I think that's just part of it. It's part of you. I'm sorry I made you feel like insecure in this way. I don't believe it of you. And anyone that does, to hell with them.
You still want to be alone?
No. How about in the future? If I want to be alone, I will tell you I want to be alone.
That would help.
If you don't understand things, you're welcome to ask me. I like teaching. I like helping. I need to be better too. More patient, more kind. And you can help me with that if you want.
And as a side note, he did say Jaina, but he did not realize that he said Jaina.
Yeah, Amelia's keeping that in. Do you want to talk about anything else? Do you want to call me a bad name?
No.
No. Okay. You want to tell me about those dogs? What you found out yesterday? Tell me what that meat tasted like you brought to me?
I didn't have any.
Oh, me either. I'm sure it was good. How about that research then? Let me watch your eyes sparked back to life for just a moment.
And he kind of sit up. What do you want to know?
Everything.
Okay.
And Amelia, you are hit with the deluge of the anatomy in almost morbid detail of these shock counts, where it's like
We're shockingly
Ooh, almost a
accurate
little too
terminology.
much.
a little too much, where it's like
Shockingly
where
accurate.
it's like you see, where it's like he's
That was unintentional.
he's describing how these shock hounds work, and you know there was no way he could have discovered that with how they were taken out by the party. He had to get down and dirty himself. And yeah. So meanwhile, Artavan, Vivi, and Cosmo, I assume you guys are making your way towards the city hall to collect your reward.
I was thinking of passing by some booths and things, and kind of showing them some of the the local delicacies. Maybe some hard salt rock candies or something on like a stick.
And it's just
some
salt.
Yeah, it's not exactly the sweetest, it's not exactly the tastiest, but Artemon likes it. I mean, it's and he would totally it's like, let's grab some for the other two. And hey, Cosmo, do you want to give them to them when we meet back up?
I don't know. Maybe some other time. I don't know if now is the best. There's so much
Okay.
going on.
The little booth owner. Oh, don't you worry. These candies, they never go bad. They have the longest shelf life of any candy I've developed.
Ooh, cool.
This
Get a
one's
handful more.
100 years old.
I've
My
never
grandfather
sold
made-
this
I'm
one.
trying to think of like a very unappetizing name for them. Come on down, get your salt
Rockets.
suckles.
Rock suckles. Yeah, Artemon would make sure to grab some more. Could be a gesture to kind of, brighten the mood a little bit at the right time.
And then actual good candy, there's basically the equivalent of pop rocks. Little sugar rocks that pop in
yeah.
your mouth.
Just like, they're attacking my mouth.
But does it taste good? It's painful, but I mean, it's nice.
Yeah. It's weird. What the heck?
I don't know. I just do it.
How does
Do we
it
want
work?
to? Should we? Do you think we should go to the mayor now, or should we go all together? What do you think?
I don't know how long they're going to be. So
Find a vantage point, lean over and see if either of them are outside and don't see them. Well, maybe we'll just go pass by real quick at the mayor's and then bring up the offers to them. Maybe they'll be done by then.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll go.
As you go, at this point in the day, there's not really too many people in the city hall. There's not a line out the door like there was last time. And as you enter in, the mayor's desk, his public desk where he talks to the townsfolk, is empty. However, in a desk near it, probably about 5-10 feet away, is a desk of a woman. You see this halfling woman with these half moon spectacles, a bit older, as she kind of looks up and just looks like you've returned. The mayor isn't in the office today, but he left me with your reward and a bit of a catalog for a bit of a catalog, so I know what I'm giving you. You want to follow me
Alright, that
right
makes it
this
easy.
way? And she kind of goes over to this door, unlocks it, opens it, and you just see this, just a small office space. And on the desk you see, 3 items. One of them is a lantern, one of them is a rope, and one of them is a ring.
Yeah, just kind of look at the old lady to start going into explanation.
All right. And she kind of goes, this one is for this one. And she just puts pieces of paper in front of each one. And so yeah, and then I will just tell you what they are. So, the first one, the ring is a ring of jumping. It requires attunement. And it says, while wearing this ring, you can cast the jump spell from it as a bonus action at will, but only target yourself when you do so. The rope is a rope of climbing. which this 60-foot length of silk rope weighs 3 pounds. It can hold up to 3,000 pounds. If you hold one end of the rope and use an action to speak the command word, the rope animates. As a bonus action, you can command the other end to move toward a destination you choose. The end moves 10 feet on your turn when you first command it, and 10 feet on each of your turns until reaching its destination, up to its maximum length away, or until you tell it to stop. You can also tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object or to unfasten itself, to knot or unknot itself, or to coil itself for carrying. If you tell the rope to knot, large knots appear at 1 foot intervals along the rope. While knotted, the rope shortens to a 50-foot length and grants advantage on checks made to climb it. The rope has AC 20 and 20 hit points. It regains 1 hit point every 5 minutes as long as it has at least 1 hit point. If the rope drops to 0 hit points, it is destroyed.
Wow. That's so cool.
And then the lantern is 1 page over. There it is. Is a lantern of revealing. While lit, this hooded lantern burns for 6 hours on 1 pint of oil, shedding bright light in a 30-foot radius and a dim light for an additional 30 feet. Invisible creatures and objects are visible as long as they are in the lantern's bright light. You can use an action to lower the hood, reducing the light to dim light in a 5-foot radius.
Which isn't that what my daylight spell already does?
No, daylight is just
it doesn't
light.
make it
It's just really
doesn't make people. It doesn't make people like not invisible.
Yeah, that's a fairy fire does that.
Hmm.
Huh. Cool. Wow.
Oh boy. I kind of look at Cosmo. Are you looking as like dumbfounded as Artavan
She
on
looks
like
like
what to do?
confused, but also in wonder. It's like, what are we supposed to be doing with these cool things?
And to
We're
remind
supposed to
you,
pick,
there's also
one.
and to remind you, there is also you can also take a service within the town to a price of up to about 1,000 gold. One instance of a service that the mayor's office will pay for if you wish to, receive a service from an artisan or perhaps an artisan or perhaps a stables or something of the like. That is also
Massage therapist.
yes, that is something we can do. Yes.
Counselor.
Should we have a spa day?
It's spa day episode.
They might need it. I mean, maybe I don't know about you, Cosmo, and Vivi, because you're here, obviously. This might be a good distraction, and from the drama and things. If we brought these papers, if that's okay, if we bring them to our other companions who are not currently here, and they can look them over, and we can come back with our decision.
Of course.
Shouldn't
yes.
take more than
Yes.
an hour at most.
Yes, no rush. Yeah, I'll just be at my desk when you come back. I'll unlock the door for you, and you can make your selection.
Thank
Very
you.
well. I am not playing princess. Okay. Like the door's gonna be unlocked with 3 magical. Anyway.
So as you guys leave,
Would like
she
to see
closes
it.
the door and locks it behind you, and then takes
Okay.
her place at her desk again.
All right. Is that all right with you two? Like, maybe I think the other two would be most interested in these.
Yeah, we should probably
decisions.
ask the smart people before we.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah, it's probably not the best way. Look over
mean,
magical artifacts and decide which
they
one is best.
If they didn't have these little drawings, they wouldn't know which paper is about what thing. So
I know,
I
right?
do think I'm not qualified to make all the decisions in this area.
Either. If it was a weapon, I could tell if it hit things and did damage. But stuff like this, it's kind of difficult to tell. They just look like things.
Well, they'll know which one's the best. And like we're all walking while we're talking. I think like eventually like the two of you would like hear us kind of talking as we're approaching. Like you guys know that we're approaching the car.
You know what? I think you guys hear Wayne talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you hear me talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're just like, mm-hmm. Oh, interesting. Yes, yes. Tell me more about that.
And how does that make you feel?
When you open the door, you see him like shaping with his hands, like so the horns are like this, and then it kind of goes down the nerve networks.
Little
And so he's
nudge
kinda-
to Cosmo, like a. Well, yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, he's going into full explicit detail still.
Oh, hi everybody. How, do we have everything to go? We're good to go?
We couldn't figure out which of the rewards to take. We figured we'd let the smart people look at it. And Vivi kind of hands over the pieces of paper describing the 3 separate rewards.
I'll, like, take them from Vivi and hand them to Wayne.
Remind me. So we got the rope with where it will like
The rope
it
of
extends
climbing.
out.
It extends out, and then it extends out, and then it will basically knot itself into handhelds to make it easier to climb. And then, yeah, it animates itself so you can extend it out to make its way out to its length and tie around something. You have the Lantern of Revealing,
Or
which is a
someone.
hooded lantern that, in the bright light, invisible creatures are no longer invisible. And then the Ring of Jumping, which allows you to... it requires attunement, but allows you to cast Jump on yourself at will, so as many times as you want as a bonus action, but only yourself.
Okay. You said that one's concentration
Attunement, yeah.
or attunement. I mean, okay.
Yes, you have to
Can
concentrate
I-
on the ring, otherwise it breaks. Just
Am I able
No,
to know, like what level they're at? Like if they're common or rare?
these are uncommon.
Okay. So yeah. I do. I
I mean, I already have the daylight spell, and you all are good at seeing in the dark already.
Well, it doesn't. It does more than just light up the darkness. It makes it so that if anything's invisible, we'll see it, and that's pretty useful.
That is true.
I like that one or the rope. The rope seems handy in specific situations, but same thing with the
It would have
lantern.
helped yesterday. Instead of falling off that rock, it would have been much easier to use that to climb down.
I put a grappling hook.
Yeah, I went on the other side and couldn't get back up.
The rest of you, do you feel? Would you rather be able to have a rope that can help you climb things? Do you want a lantern that can be used practically, but also with the invisibility feature, or do we just want to make Cosmo be able to like jump as much as she wants?
I mean, I
Or maybe
can
even
jump
Phoebe. That
anyway.
would be great. You can jump even more.
It is for saying you're still technically casting a spell, so Cosmo wouldn't be able to do it while raging.
Well, I'm not so sure. I think they all seem pretty handy. The only one that I can see, is being obvious for me, obviously is like the jumping one, but the rope one seems like there's a lot of little things you could do. Do we feel like the cultists are still like a threat to us? Or they're still, hunting us or anything like that?
Bjorn
On
says
their
they are.
radar? Because I imagine like cultists, they're kind of sketchy people. A lot of them probably have invisibility or something like that. Potions or magic could be useful.
They might
depending
be
on
able
the
to
threat.
make secret entrances invisible or something.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
That could be very useful depending where we're going. Should we do a vote? We can raise our hand.
Oh, I don't know anything. I wouldn't even know what to vote for.
Well, I could borrow some dice and we can roll for it as well.
I think Vivi had some.
Oh yeah, I got some dice.
I think I like the lantern idea.
I'm liking the lantern a little bit more as well.
Well, I don't think
You-
we need the
Vivi
dice.
slowly stashes his dice back in his pocket.
Do we want to attempt to see if we can get both of them? Since there were 2 other shells. We helped save them a little more than they maybe originally planned. So maybe they're willing to be a little more generous if we tell them the deeds that we did.
I mean, they also gave us like what, however much
A
gold
free
it was in
service,
service up to like 1,000 gold of any service we chose.
Or they would just pay us in gold. Is that it too? Is that an option?
In services.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They probably don't have that much.
The
It's a
gold
small little
equivalent
town.
in services is what I wrote down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could look around the town, see if we want to have any services done. If you guys can think of any, but you are the smart ones. This is why we came to you. The lantern.
We
seems
could
like a
get
good
more
alternative.
axe beaks. That way Butte has some friends.
That would be cool.
I only know if we might only need one more. They seem Butte by himself seems incredibly capable. And even that, I don't think that would be 1,000 gold, unless we want to buy like the prized chocobo or something.
It's the shiny green one.
Yes. Also, it speaks English. Not common
sure.
English.
Well, Aldevan, what sort of services could we get from this little town?
Well, I never really participated in too much, but I know they have, a lot of the basic necessities. There's that place you went to look for your magic paper, or whatever it is you're looking for. There's a lot of things there. They might be able to craft something up. Blacksmith can craft something up. There's lots of luxury services.
Yeah, leather worker, tailorer, things like that.
Mhm. So there's a lot of luxury things. I think they have some sort of like a hot spring thing, since it is the Steam Valley. So they have like a nice natural place there if you want to relax, release some tension. But none of these are necessarily 1,000, except for maybe if we get a custom order from someone. We just have to, probably come back another time to pick it up.
Could have the leather worker take a look at the cloaker's cloak.
I mean, it said equal
good idea.
service. It said equal service, but it didn't say you only had to choose one service.
We could probably also go check out that Bigsby's place again. Maybe there's some like potions or other such items there that we might want instead of these ones we've been offered.
But I do like that lantern.
Or we could just pick the lantern.
I'm
Do
okay
we
with that.
still need the dice, or we
I'm okay with the lantern.
We could go get you some more of that paper.
We could. I could just buy it when I need it though. I'm good so far.
All right, to me it sounds like the lantern it is. Are we all good with this decision?
Do we want to try and get more out of them? That my option that I provided, or should we just not worry about it and just accept the lantern?
Well, I'm totally down with trying. I'm not exactly great with my words, but if any of you have a silver tongue, I know Vivi's pretty good at it. It might be fun to watch Vivi talk to himself. But maybe we could try and pull something.
Well, Wayne is really good with words. Perhaps he can start something out and I can help him if we need it.
No harm in trying. You good with that, Wayne? Giving it a little shot?
I
Seeing if
mean,
you can...
everyone here seems like they work really hard. I'm okay with just taking the lantern.
Well, let's head over that way while we talk about it.
Right, so eventually make your way back to the city hall. Once again, not a very long walk. As you enter, you do see the halfling woman. She's there. Looks up. Oh, well, welcome back. Have you made your decision?
I believe so. We have our smart friends here, and they're the ones that are, the experts. Kind of looking to Wayne to kind of see if he wants to do anything, or if he's fixed with no haggle.
Yeah, he's okay of just taking the back seat on this one.
Very well. Yes, we've made a decision. I think we'll be taking the lantern.
Oh, of course. Yes. Let me go grab that for you. And he kind
Marching
of
princess.
hops from her desk, unlocks the door, goes in, and then comes out with the lantern, and then locks the door again behind her, and passes it over. Here you are. And once again, thank you very much for your help.
Our pleasure. Well, give them our regards, and thank you for your time.
Of course, and we look forward to having you in town soon.
All right. And yeah, I guess as we're walking back, is there anything else anyone wishes to do before we leave? You can take a look at those, the spas if you want to. You just pay for it.
What's a spa?
Oh, Wayne. We're going.
You sweet poor child.
Lead on, Audubon.
And I imagine it's like a little out of the way, so they go to a natural little spring just outside of town.
with the steam, with like the magma flows underneath. Oh yeah, the hot springs here, really good. So yeah, you find this just really nice. I just realized I was like right up in my camera. This
really nice. I could feel it. Like your fingers were caressing my face.
Yes. This actually really nice spa where you can spend the rest of the day soaking in the hot springs. They have like hot rock kind of. I don't know what's a hot rock treatment, something like that.
There's usually like a massage or something.
Yeah.
Where they put it on your back.
Yeah, with some like deep tissue massage, deep tissue massage and stuff. So it's gonna cost you about 5 gold per head for it.
Wayne, I don't think would want the massage, but he'll do the other stuff.
But for entry, just into it.
Oh,
it's like
okay,
entry,
okay.
full access kind of a thing for the day.
And I've never done this myself, but I'm happy to cover it, as it is sort of, my treat.
Thank you. I will gladly accept.
Very nice of you.
If you do not wish to get a full massage, they could just massage like your shoulders if you have a hard time. We sleep on the ground, for goodness sake, or in a carriage. Your guys' backs must be so tight. I don't even think you know what it's like to have a normal one. You shouldn't be. But honestly, I insist. All of you must at least try.
I don't think I've ever really slept on an actual bed and, gotten used to it. So, I'm good. Been sleeping on the ground since childhood.
No,
I think-
no. I'm taking you.
I think if you insist on trying the massage, Wayne would give in and try it out and probably fall asleep on the table.
Uh-huh.
It's like a cat that doesn't want to be touched, and then it's like, no. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Cosmo
I
had
imagine-
no idea how tight her back is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're-
imagine like Artavan on the table, just a huge slab of meat. Just, like, where do you start with that?
Yeah.
There's lumps all over the place. Like, it's just knots in every single joint.
Yep, and it's just and it's just you're getting tension release you never even knew you had.
yeah.
And so
my back is
Amelia,
like
you being
four
like
inches
the only
taller.
one familiar with this. Only one familiar with something like this. It just everybody else is just like
I
It's
come
more
out
like
a
the
fox
spa
appearing.
scene from Dumb and Dumber.
I feel like it'd be the Andrew Russo skit where he's like, I'm a pillow. You have untangled the pretzel that is me.
I do. When we all like are done with the massages and we're just like chilling in like the hot spring, Amelia could actually, because prestidigitation allows you to do like a harmless sensor effect, so I could do like a jet or like a bubbling to like
Yes.
make it more fun. And then like if you get a little too hot, she'll like cool you off with the prestidigitation too, to just like so you can stay in there a little longer. She just like ups your experience just a tiny bit more.
It's only Cosmo's face above the surface. She's
Yeah.
already sore, so she needs that heat.
I think Wayne is frequently like going full under, and then you'll just like see him like floating on his back.
Occasionally, Cosmo will just like poke him.
I think you were
Spoke-
passing
just-
Wayne back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helicopter.
Vivi's probably too small, so he's got like a little booster seat, so he doesn't sink all the
He's
way to the
got
bottom.
floaties.
I can say.
Yeah, he has floaties.
Princess is getting his own massage right now.
Yeah.
The
No, Princess is giving the massages.
Oh yeah. But eventually, the day of relaxation comes to an end, as in the late afternoon, the spa begins to close up shop as they return all your belongings to you, and you feel, especially Cosmo and Artavan, feel a looseness you have never felt before.
I am a noodle.
So for like a week, we have +5 to like our strengths and dex, right?
Or maybe we get like a D6 temporary hit points or something.
Until tomorrow, then you're gonna feel so sore that you're gonna get 2 levels of exhaustion.
You know what? I'll allow it. Yeah, you don't even roll the
+5 to
d6, just
strength
6
and dex, I
temporary
like
hit
it.
points.
Yay!
So we each roll our own.
No, you can just take the max. Just take 6,
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
and then those will just be on there until they're gone, so you get smacked. Then we can.
Nice.
I'll add it to Vivi's character sheet later as well.
See, wasn't that the best experience? That was just so grand.
Yeah, I think Artavan is like legitimately like standing tall, or like the kink in his neck and back. That was unexpected. He's like speechless.
I didn't know my back could move this way.
Wayne kind of has like that happy 1,000-yard stare, basically. Mouth slightly agape.
I feel like Vivi would probably be about the same. Like,
No, and Vivi also looks a little taller, doesn't he? He got like a couple inches.
Yeah.
I'm almost up to your thighs.
Good job, buddy. Good job. High five.
And it's the most limp high five.
Well, shall we finally hit the road? All right. I think as we're like kind of setting up, like Artavan will kind of hand out those little rock treats and whatever. This is a little local delicacy, something to enjoy as we leave.
Thank you.
Salt suckle and gunpowder candies.
Yeah.
And it tastes just like it sounds.
Ooh.
Um,
that'll keep me awake.
Why is it spicy?
I gave you the lava rock one, sorry.
Oh man.
Melia, no, come back. Is she gonna vomit?
She's gone.
So eventually, you do set out back on the trail, though. As you leave the town of Dolsk behind you, the ominous expanse, the lonely expanse that this region kind of has, settles upon you rather quickly. I'll say, for the sake of expediency, this first day does go without incident. You don't make it super far, as you left pretty late in the day before you have to camp for the night. But it is from this point, it is a 3-day journey to Drifton.
On the road again.
And I did send you a Discord message, Gavin.
Ooh. Secrets from the DM.
Nothing crazy.
Sorry, I keep minimizing the music.
Oh, you're good. I can still hear it.
Okay. So just for audience reference. So for that first day, since it was already like super late in the afternoon, we can go there. Oh yeah, there's Jeremy's camera still right above mine. We have to have Andrew join the Zoom on his phone so the cameras are the correct size. Before
I'm there twice.
Yeah. But yeah, so the first day of travel did not take you out of this square, camping for the night. Drifton is about right here. So as we enter this first day of travel, let's see, who do I want to do it? Let me roll a d4. Amelia, roll a dice of your choice, smaller than a d20.
Oh man, I was gonna pick the 20. Let's do a 10. I got a 4.
4.
Isn't that the number
Oh,
we always
boy.
roll?
It was 3.
Ah, I was so close. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not cool enough to be in the group yet.
You're getting there.
I was so close.
And I will say, just for viewer things, with these random encounters, like, there is some repeat ones. So if this one is like the same as like other ones on there, I'll clear all of them off. So there's like a chance, there's more than a 1 in however many dice there are a chance of getting a certain thing.
Okay.
So So as you're walking, there's not really a road per se, but you can kind of see where this stone is smoother, so the treads of the carriage are it's not as rough on the carriage itself and not as bumpy while riding on it. But eventually, kind of off to your right, about midday, off to your right, you see a small figure. You see a small figure off to the side, and as you approach, you see the sight of a gnome. This gnome is wearing some, this like light, kind of tattered, sullied robe, and you see he's got these two like brass staves that he's trying to get to stand up, but he is struggling. He's like, he goes, thinks he gets it, and you see him like he angles it, lets go, looks at it for a sec, and then it falls over, and then you just see him frustrated, just, and then he'll try again. Kind of.
I had the powers of Tears of the Kingdom. I could help him. It's a very popular side quest.
I think Wayne would probably be napping on the inside.
Yeah, Amelia's always inside too, so she wouldn't see it.
It's just a start of bond.
Is he napping on the outside too, or is it just internally napping?
I mean, he could be napping. Cosmo's just fine driving by herself.
And yeah, I think he'd kind of like gesture over at Cosmo, like, what do you think that's all about?
I think he's trying to make something, but can't.
And as you get closer, every time it falls over, you just start hearing him cursing, like, son of a, yeah. Ting, ting, ting. Oh, by the pantheons.
Is there
up?
Is it like pretty flat, like all around him, like it's obvious that he's alone, or is there like
Yeah. It's there's only like really one large stone pillar, but even then, it's like thin enough, and you got a bit of an angle on it, so yeah, he is very obviously alone. It's pretty flat around here.
Maybe we should help.
I suppose. I mean, we are close to home. Might as well be in as good nature as possible. And he'd do like a little like tap on the side of the carriage, to kind of like alert them that something's up.
Poke my head out. Are we there?
Not quite. Not even close. And he'd kind of like gesture over. Looks like someone could use some help. As me and Cosmo were thinking of going and helping. Thought we'd let you know if you wanted to join us.
I would definitely be curious. What are you doing?
Oh, well, hello.
Hello.
I'm just trying to do a bit of magic here.
Magic?
Ooh.
Yes.
Let's leave. Let's go. We
Little
gotta run.
ritual, and as you get close, you
Get
notice
the lantern ready.
you notice that he's made like a magic circle, like pattern on the ground in salt, and there's just all manner of spell components in there. I use these rods as a focus, but I can't quite get it right. Can't get this blasted thing to stay up.
What is it that you're trying to do?
Oh, just summon a couple creatures to, help protect me as I explore. It's quite dangerous around here. Plenty of monsters. So I want monsters of my own.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
Oh, of course. Absolute love. Could you possibly hold this rod straight up?
And I will. How heavy are they?
They're only about like 10 pounds. They're pretty thin.
Mage hand.
Can I tell by
Mage
looking
hand
at the
is a
circle and the items if this is like
Mage hand is
legit?
10 pounds. Sorry, what was that?
Can I like look at the circle or the items and this stuff and just make sure this is like a legit thing he's doing, like it's real?
Yes, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Also, I did a 13 on insight.
As far as you can tell, he seems to be honest.
I got a 24.
24.
Ooh.
You realize the ingredient with that. You realize the ingredients are, it would be fiendish in nature. The thing that he's summoning,
Ooh.
and
He
and
did say monsters of his own.
yeah, just like
Well, I mean that's not unheard of.
oh, forgive me. I am Franklin Theodorix, Warlock Extraordinaire. It is a pleasure.
Warlock.
Hey, Cosmo!
Alright.
The Franklin.
Yes, Franklin.
Is he
Finally,
knowing?
some recognition.
So he's not well known.
No, he is not at all.
What is it that you're exploring? And I'm doing that as I'm holding. I'll use my mage hand to hold the rod up.
Oh, well, I fancy myself a bit of a wanderer. I'd like to go and just see what magical creatures I can find. Sometimes I'll challenge them, sometimes I'll just observe, and sometimes I'll make friends. It's a great big world, and I wish to trek it. I've scoured the wastelands of Dunithir. I've huddled in the cities of Athias. I have even been in the Underdark of Tressilid.
What was that like?
Dark!
Whoa!
Have you summoned, things to help you in the past? Monsters to help you?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Okay.
They're always completely under my control.
I want to roll again.
You are more than welcome to.
What kind of things do you summon?
Oh, sometimes I'll just charm monsters.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. He certainly believes it, but you can definitely catch a glimpse of there have been some incidents.
I think, just in general, okay, magic person summoning unknown danger. He is, hand on hammer, and he literally has the lantern, there, just in case. But, he is ready to go. He's just kind of putting off that he's relaxed.
Yeah, and so he's just like, yes, if you could just hold that rod there, perfect, right there, and then I just need to check my ingredients. Right, the 2 of those check, and 1 of those check. All right, perfect. All right, well, and you said you're using your mage hand to keep the rod steady?
Yeah. So I'm still in the cart, hanging out of the cart, basically.
If anything goes wrong at any point, and it looks like we're going to be in danger, I'm going to what spell? I will do nah. It'll be like a magic missile. She's gonna cast a magic missile at the thing that's causing harm.
Mm-hmm.
She's on edge right now. She's if anything happens,
ready it just in case. Be ready to do it.
Wayne is taking him at his word.
Yes, that's Cosmo. She's perfectly
Right,
relaxed.
so
She's sitting in the seat.
Like Artavan would make sure, especially at least for Amelia, because she's like having a really hard time recently. Like, just in case, like be on your guard, and I'll be up in the front just in case things go haywire. But just steer clear just in case, because I don't know what this is all about.
All right. And you see him. He goes, rubs his hands together. And this is a little gnome. He's got like a balding, receding hairline, like salt and pepper hair, and just no beard, but just one big mustache that kind of goes out. And he's just like,
Okay, he's trustworthy. We're fine.
all right. And you see him, and he starts to speak this incantation. And you see his eyes glow this deep, dark green. And you see the magic circle go and start to swirl, and all the ingredients swirl until it's in this almost black tornado-looking thing. You feel the wind blow, and then he speaks the final words of the incantation. And he's like... And you see the wind subside. And formed within the magic circle, you see this large orange monkey-looking demon with tusks that kind of come up, and this other one, this big spindly-looking winged demon as well. Wayne and Amelia, you guys can either make a religion or arcana check.
I'm gonna do a religion.
There's a 25.
That is a 23.
23.
I did Arcana. I also got a 23.
23.
Holy
You would know
moly.
these creatures. They are demons. One is the monkey one is known as a Barlgura, and the one with the wings is known as a Vrock. And they just kind of stand there motionless. They just kind of stand there motionless for a bit. He's just like, ah, yes, ah, finally, now I have some protection. Oh, and he turns to face you. Thank you so much. Oh, all right. And then he collects the rods. Now, my minions, onward! Wham! And the Barlgura just socks him, and he just goes poof, and ragdolls just out of view. And then
that
they
caught Artavan, so like he's trying not to laugh because that was just like an unexpected like.
and then they both kind of turn and look at you.
I think Wayne would
look at you.
instinctively cast Mage Armor.
And we will pick this up next episode.
God.
We have no quarrel with you. Ah!
Ooh. Okay.
And so because Artavan and Amelia were ready, when we roll initiative next time around, you guys will get a surprise round. Cosmo and Wayne, you won't. So
That's okay.
Does BB get one?
I'll have him roll for it next episode to see.
It's the absent advantage because he probably would have been.
Yeah.
Right.
I am so happy you rolled this encounter.
Yay!
It's kind of a fun
I'm
little silly one.
terrified.
Uh-huh.
I've cast that spell before in another campaign. I'm scared.
We've seen demons
I was
already. We've been
excited. I thought, oh yeah, this will be a reoccurring NPC that's awesome and beloved by all. No,
And dead.
He still could be. Maybe he's not dead.
he was just
True.
feeding into the next lifetime. Of course, he's not coming back. If he ragdolled out of view, I think it's safe.
Well,
to say
out
there
of
are
you,
more
he's a
than
little
few
guy
broken
and there's
bones.
boulders, is basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
Right.
There's boulders.
Yes, he's like
He
Team
could've hit
Rocket,
one.
just
Team Rocket blasting up again.
Oh my gosh. Gonna
Ah.
Oh, that's
Just
gonna be
weeks-
fun.
Just weeks later, we see him in a full body cast. Hey, you made it! He's like,
Yeah.
I figured instead of going evil, I just go incompetent.
yay!
Probably more dangerous. It's way more dangerous, actually.
Oh my
Way more
gosh,
dangerous.
yeah.
Yeah, but also a little more hilarious.
Like he's probably literally like a level like 1 or 2 warlock, and he summoned these things. So definitely not able to control him.
I won't be able to relate.
Oh man.
All right.
Oh.
But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. We will be back with the Paragon in 2 weeks, and our brand new campaign starts this Wednesday, April 24th. It's going to be same time, starting at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And yeah, and as always, we appreciate any and all support. So if you want to support us on Patreon, that is there. And yeah, that is all from us. Thank you all once again, and we will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.